Today we're taking a look at a case Copperlock, Wharncliffe, and Black Jigged Delrin. Delrin being a fancy way to say plastic. There is you can definitely see it, like a decent gap. And I think there's one right there as well. The thing is that I don't really, here's the deal. When I buy a case, I'm not necessarily expecting it not to have any gaps at all. This isn't bad. It's also a lockback where there's going to be a little bit of gappage, I feel like. This is a very solid lockup with no play. So I guess in my thinking, it's definitely good to go. The Copperlock, I think, is a tiny bit bigger than their Copperhead, which I don't have one of yet, but will soon. And as you can see, slips out like that. The tang says Case XX USA 61549 WLSS. And as you can see, you just press right there. Flips back in. The edge it came with obviously was made with sandpaper. Kind of smoothed it out, but you can still kind of tell. Yeah, I think overall, I'm really happy with this. It's not flawless or anything, but I only paid $50 plus eBay fees, which ended up being like around 60. And for $60, this is pretty good. So yeah, if you haven't picked one up and you're thinking about it, as soon as you can, I would. I wouldn't think too much. There's not a whole lot to think about. It's just a winner. And I like the jigging on it. Obviously, the Copperhead's old tech at this point, kind of, but still very solidly fits in the hand. And it comes to a pretty fine point. Nothing crazy. This Tru-Sharp steel, I feel like, isn't going to chip out. It's not like going to last forever. But I do think, and I really believe this, with modern sharpening stuff, I don't know how much of an issue that really should be. Let's say you're out, on the farm or something. You could grab these things that cost like $20 a piece. I would go to probably do a 25, honestly. Carbide it, polish it real quick, go back to work. If you're someone that really hates how that kind of stuff, the pulling way of sharpening leaves a knife edge, I agree. In that case, figure out how to make an edge look nice. This is not hard to work with steel, is what I'm getting at. If you have a couple of strops, black compound, white compound, green, that's what I did with this, and I got most of like the unevenness out of it. If I were to go hit it on some ceramic rods, it would be even better, but I just don't see the need. And yeah, this is another traditional you could very well use for self-defense pretty easily. Obviously, it's a knife. Is there a knife you couldn't see in an emergency self-defense roll? I'm with Nut and Fancy. I don't think that there is a knife that exists like that. If there's an emergency self-defense situation, any knife you have is going to be pretty good to go. But yeah, super cool. Little lockback. I'm going to fit real nice in my pocket. These days, I pretty much carry everything like this. And it's I mean, that's pretty easy, pretty simple. And yeah, the Tru-Sharp. I like this steel because I think that steel like this, like the stuff that isn't really going to rust and is going to be easy to sharpen, even though it might not hold an edge forever, it'll hold it for a decent amount of time considering the amount of effort it takes to sharpen it. I think this stuff is actually a winner in my book. I used to be a steel snob a little bit, and I still like, you know, VG10 and stuff that definitely belongs in the cutlery sphere of metals. I just really do. I do think that like 1095 cases, Tru-Sharp, stainless steel, and other, you know, quote unquote softer steels really have a place. But anyway, that's all she wrote for this one. And hope your Thanksgiving and Year of Our Lord 2021's going well.